What's up, guys? So here's the lifted 2023 Model 3 Performance, and as you guys can see, here is the new height with it being lifted. Give you guys a little bit of a better visual there. It is substantially higher than what it was, and I did this lift kit with the Mountain Pass Performance Model 3 and Y lift kit, which will be in the description below. And additionally with this, the ground is quite hot right now, but I'll see if I can get down here to show you it's not horrible. Okay. I didn't want the concrete to be too hot, but as you guys can see, there is the skid plate, which is solid aluminum, very sturdy skid plate. Hopefully you guys can hear how solid that is now. And that is much more protection for under the car than the cheap plastic one. And I'm just gonna go around here and check on something from the back side, which I don't know if you guys can notice, but with this thing being lifted, I'm actually able to fit all the way under the car, which is quite interesting. And I just want to check on this here. Yep, that's nice and tight all the way down, and that's the level of protection that is offered with that metal skid plate, and that is included as part of the kit from Mountain Pass Performance. Sorry, it's like super hot outside. But this is actually on the same day as the video with the foam wash, and I don't know if you guys could see that, but there's a black spot on the camera lens there. I think the sun might have damaged the lens a little bit. That's not good. This is a very expensive camera, but either way, yeah, look at that height difference. Insane. It's even more visual. Jeez, I'm freaking wasps are flying everywhere. But it's even more visual in the back. Look at that. Look at this height. And you guys could see it here. I don't know if the camera will focus on this or not, but look at that. That's your lift right there. Supporting it up. Those blue pieces in the back. And they just install right on top of this factory piece here. And very strong, really high quality material, and even for the ones in the front, they're also this blue tinted color, which is cool. And you can see the front one there in that blue. That's your lift there. I will say the ride quality with this is actually slightly better than the factory Model 3 Performance. Just because of that additional height. Driveways and potholes and things like that are really no longer a concern. I mean, look at that. Car sits so much higher now. It's look at that. I mean, it sits up like a freaking SUV almost now in height. It kind of is about the same height as the Model Y long range or Model Y base. The Model Y Performance has a little bit of a drop suspension compared to the base and long range Model Y, but I actually test drove a Model Y today, and really great experience. I thought the interior of the Model Y was very nice, and you know, it kind of makes me want a Model Y, but I'm reserved for Cybertruck, so I'll just stay with my Model 3 Performance. But height wise, this now rides about the same as a Model Y in terms of height, which is nice. To have some SUV height. But yeah, so potholes no longer a concern. I haven't hit anything since it's been lifted. It is about 9 inches off the ground now, compared to the 5 inches it was off the ground before. And hopefully you guys can see. You can see clearly under the car now, which is amazing. This is great. This is also good for floodwaters or other things like that. Tesla's already really good in flood water. They just go right through it, but with this thing being lifted, it makes it even better. And yeah, I don't have any complaints. I mean, the ride is actually slightly better than the stock Model 3 Performance suspension, and this provides a lot more durability for your car than the than the base suspension does, and I think that's really quite a good thing in terms of ride quality and overall usability. Now I will say, back to the Y, I will say the Y has a lot more functionality than the 3 does. The back on the Y is so amazing. I mean, the glass opens all the way up. It's this huge back opening trunk. You could fit wood planks or all kind of other things in the Y, whereas the 3, you have this back border here that blocks a lot of that. The Y long range I was in, it only had about 260 something miles on it, but it was a long range model, so it wasn't a performance. But I will say the speed was like 4.8 seconds 0 to 60. That was still really fast. I mean, flooring it felt nowhere near as fast as this car here, the 3 Performance, but it was still really fast. And I wouldn't see any issues with that in day-to-day driving, so highly considering getting a Y now, but honestly probably not with the 3 being lifted like it is now, because I have that height now that the Y does. But yeah, doing a lot of upgrades on the Model 3 Performance. 2-inch lifted suspension. Again, links in the description below where you guys can get a kit like this if you want to raise the car up. I definitely recommend it, and if you don't get the kit, at least get the front skid plate, because this will help protect your front motor and your battery coolant lines, which are down under the car there. So I definitely recommend the metal skid plate minimum if you're not going to lift. Yeah, handling as far as body roll, it is a little more body roll, but it's not anything bad. Like, I can still launch the car perfectly fine. Like, it doesn't affect anything with that. Yeah, again, everything will be linked in the description below as far as the lift kit and the skid plate and where you guys can buy this if you want to do something like this on your Model 3. But saving one more thing for this video. It's trying to keep it under 10-minute video here, but